36 degrees of banking, 3 miles in length. It's the biggest, baddest, not real track on iRacing. This is the iRacing Superspeedway, and you are watching the Great Lakes Sim Racing Black Horizon Truck Series, brought to you by Captain Esports Network. Yes, this is not the captain, but indeed, this is the deputy. You may know me as Sammy B from the podcast Just Here for the GLSR. Of course, I'm the driver of the 22 most weeks, but this week we're taking a week off because it's Thanksgiving. So happy Thanksgiving to all of our viewers out there. We're glad that to kick off your festivities, you're watching us. So we're giving Scala's going behind the curtain to help us run things, and me, and of course I'm going to be joined by the number 78, Cody Beatty. Cody, how are you doing?
Doing good, Sam. I'm happy to be here, and I can't wait for this race to get started. I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm wondering how it's going to play out.
Yeah, you never really know what you're going to get with iRacing Super Speedway because, again, it's a bit if you took Dover and injected it with some serious steroids. It's colossal, but you drive it nearly the same way. It invites some crazy racing out on track. I've seen him practice 4, 5 wide. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So with this being we're going to do the format a little differently. We're going to have our qualifying sessions, and then we're going to split the grid into two short sprint races to set the grid for a 35 main event. But with it being 35 laps, that's just beyond one fuel stop, right?
Yes, according to the info I've gotten, it looks like it's going to be really close. You may have some guys who are going to be able to save just enough fuel to maybe do a one stop. So we may have guys coming in that last lap who may be sputtering and possibly could run out, and that could cost them the win.
It'll definitely be interesting to see how the yellows play out and how aggressive / not aggressive guys choose to be. I mean, 3 miles in length and 35 laps, it doesn't sound like a lot, but it's a big track, and depending on how yellows fall, it's definitely going to change up the formation of the grid. If you had any gut reaction of who we should be watching for tonight, Cody, who are your picks to see in victory lane?
I think one guy that you definitely got to watch is Drift. He's always really good at super speedways, run with him in other leagues, and he's always towards the front. He's won multiple races, and he's helped push me to multiple wins as well. I definitely think he's one to watch. Another one I think you can't count out is definitely Blaine Sparling. I think he'll be up there. He'll be kind of towards the back a little bit, hanging back there, waiting to see what'll happen, but he'll be at the front towards the end of this race.
Yes, he's proven he has that sixth sense of survival, which you really need at a track like this because things can unfold so quickly. If I had to speculate at who might be looking good tonight, any of the PPM coalition, we'll call it. There's more than one team that I'll associate with that name. Because if they can keep calm and link up, boy, when you get 3 or 4 trucks all together, it's, again, you're hitting 230 miles per hour on the straights. Another guy to watch out for is JW Miller, always good at finding his way through. But I'm super excited tonight to have this race kick off. And let's see, we're about in the qualifying now, so we'll see who's putting in good lap times.
Right now, Drift's at the top of the board, and then it looks like, well, Dane Cruz to the top of the board right there. Drift falls down to second, and then you have Blaine right now sitting third, J.W. Miller behind him in fourth, Tyler Brewer, Noah Miari, and Robert Johnson at the moment are the ones who have qualified.
It's going to be, because we have the sprint race format for this, or the 2 qualifiers, a lot of guys may not run this qualifying session knowing that they have to just get through this first stint, so it'll be intriguing to see who elects to put in that qualifying lap to get themselves up front and who's just going to wait to actually maybe climb some positions in the qualifiers.
Yeah, definitely one thing I think you need to keep an eye out for, especially once we get to the feature race, is you don't want to be too far back from this main pack, because you lose the draft here, you have no chance of catching this pack back up. You have to have at least 4 or 5 trucks in the single front line to even have a shot to catch them. And even then, it's going to be a stretch.
All right, qualifying's just about to wrap up, and it looks like only 7 times are on the board. Robert Johnson's going to be taking that bottom spot. Let's see how the qualifiers shake out here. And they're gridding up now. Looks like Dane Cruz is going to be leading this group, I'm pretty sure.
Everybody's one heat.
Interesting. This must be because with everyone traveling and going around, we weren't really sure how many guys we were going to be getting on the grid. Again, this is why we elected to not have a points-paying race this week. If you haven't been keeping up with it, the playoffs are heating up. Next week is Road America, and I know there's some guys who want to seriously flex their road racing abilities, and this is actually giving them an extra week to practice. So I'm expecting some fireworks next week. But this week, we got Dane Cruz and Jacob Drift on the first row, Blaine Sparling, Noah Miura on the second, J.W. Miller and Tyler Brewer, row 3. Robert Johnson and Dylan Parker are the makeup for row 4. And row 5, Caden Atkins is alongside Alex Cummings, who had that incredible finish at Eldora. And then looks like we got Telder sitting in the row 6. It says Cody Beatty's in row 6 alongside him. Cody, are you in this race?
I joined the wrong way, so I'm not.
Okay. I was curious. I was like, hold on, I didn't know you were going to also be commenting and driving. Would have been a fun aspect to do it maybe next time. And then row 7, William Martin, Jason Clark, and taking up the rear in the far gunner spot is Robert Lukens in that Bulldog 33. Let's see if we can get Drift up into the booth here. Gonna be interesting. We had him favored. Let's see if we can get him up here. Not finding him here. Why don't we get the pulsator? Dane Cruz in this very crazy paint. Dane, do you copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, congratulations on getting pole. It seems that everyone's going to be starting alongside each other where instead of it being in 2 heats, it's just 1 as everyone pulls off. What inspired you to make this very minimalistic design paint?
I kind of went over it real quick in the paints channel. I think we don't got enough Toyotas to scratch up. This is iRacing Superspeedway. I'm probably going to be upside down lap 1, so I think we got to roll out this matte black truck. Put it on pole. It's got some horsepower, but I don't know what to expect tonight. It's gonna be very interesting.
With this just being 1 qualifier and you're all together, does that change your approach for how you're going to go in this race, knowing that this is not the main event?
No, I want to go all out. I'm having fun. It's a fun race. iRacing Superspeedway are gonna be making big money moves. All race. I want to win. Seems like it'd be a good win to add to my resume, and I'm looking forward to tonight.
All right, I see you're about to head into turn 3 there. Any things you want to shout out before you get started with this first qualifier?
I'll give a shout out to Dream Clothing. They're supposed to be sponsoring me, but I never run their logos, so I appreciate Dream Clothing.
All right, well, best of luck out there, and may the odds be ever in your favor.
Thank you.
All right, Dane Cruz there in his very simple 46 is using up the Silverados he's got left in the shop, so should be a real thriller alongside that classic livery that Drift has always run. All right, we're coming up to the green, and they should be going green here any second now. Green flag here at iRacing Superspeedway, and they're already getting 3 wide in the back as Dane pulls away. Good start, and looks like things are going clean. Noah to the bottom line there, blocking off Sparling. And so far, so good. As we head into the first corner, things can get real spicy as we're all bunched up together. Hopefully, we'll be able to spread out and keep things clean. Man, that bottom line is moving like a train. Drift and Brewer are getting left behind on that high side.
Yeah, for sure, because it definitely looks like everybody's going to maybe try to go single file here to get started. One thing I think you're definitely going to have to watch as the speeds increase and they go well over 200 miles an hour is going from that 10-degree banking on the front and back stretch to the 36 in the corner. Just slams it right in there, may get a little tight, and it may cause a little contact as we get later on in this race.
Yeah, really, no, man, top line not working. They're dropping back very far. They're almost at the back of the grid. Really stresses how important the draft is, and they're already getting pretty tight up front. You got Sparling, Noah, and Cruz, 1, 2, 3, and it looks like we got William Martin on the outside. Let's see if he can make that high line work. He's got someone working with him. It looks like Caden Atkins in that number 2 Chevrolet. Where's that a Ford? I forgot. They're switching recently their brands of keeping them. I guess trying to get more investment from different brands there. We got an outside line forming as Drift is pushing from the back. Cruz still leads as
Ooh,
Sparling in
4
second.
wide.
Ooh, 1, 2, 3, 4 wide as they go, keeping it safe. Robert Johnson getting a little squiggly in the center there. Hopefully he can keep it clean. He does. Blaine with a big push, and whoa, there comes the outside line with Alex Cummings giving a big push to Atkins there on the outside. Ooh, they're losing a little bit of that inertia.
This is heating up, and it's only lap 3 right now.
Well, it's, you know, with the quick repair going on, they have an option for a quick repair, so a lot of the caution's going to be thrown to the wind on this one as they're going, oh man, we got 3 trains going here. This is going to be interesting. The outside line's got some good push. Oh, keep it easy. Oh, there's contact.
Wow.
Keeps it clean. Oh man. And they keep it clean, and we keep driving. That was close. You do have to be careful. I mean, again, we were saying these trucks are going 230 miles an hour, and that pit wall comes out of nowhere. So if they get a little too out of sorts, that truck goes from 230 to 0 very quickly.
I know one other thing you've got to be careful of here is the big one. If it happens, you have no time to slow down because it's going to be very hard to come from over 200 miles an hour to slow down compared to Talladega and Daytona. So you basically just have to hope and pray you can make it through it like Days of Thunder style.
Sparling into the lead there, drops in from the outside, making that outside line work. He had a good push from Atkins, but now it's going to get tough. Cruz is behind him, giving serious pressure. Tyler Brewer behind that. Atkins is slowing down a little bit. Robert Lukens is giving him a push. That outside line with Dylan Parker at the front of it starting to gain a little speed. Man, this is some crazy race. I'm just trying to keep track of everything that's going on. Getting
like,
3 wide in the back.
Looks like Matt Telder's falling back outside the draft at the moment, and that's going to be really tough for him. But with it being the heat, it's not that big of a deal. If it was the feature, I'd be worried.
Yeah, definitely. I wonder if he took a little damage or just lost the pack there. Robert Lukens is definitely going to want to get a hurry because they're starting to fall back with Alex Cummins in the 63. Atkins falling back on the right side, dives back down to drop and cover off the 33.
Back there in the back, I see Drift and J.W. Miller trying to make that outside line work and come up on the back of, I think that's Lukens and William Martin's Bulldogs truck there.
Pack is starting to fan out. It looks like these guys in the back are really going to need to...
Whoa, contact, Martin! Can he save a big wreck?
No! And Drift gets a little contact. The 20's rolling. Caution is out. We were waiting for it, and it was intense racing all the way up to lap 6, but it was bound to happen. Let's see if we can watch exactly how that unfolded. Let's see. They're all line astern. Martin drifts up. Ooh, it just gets a little bump from Brewer and comes down. And what can happen here is just the littlest thing at these high of speeds. Things go from control to very out of control very quickly. I don't really know if there's much you could do.
Looked like when he went in the corner, that little instance where that degree of banking changes from the 10 to 36, it kind of pushed him up and put him right in front of Brewer, and Brewer just gave him that little bit of tap, and that's kind of what started the whole thing there, and a lot of trucks in that one.
All right, we're on board Lukens right now. See how this all unfolds. Yeah. Oh, just the littlest bit of contact. Let's see. Yeah, a few trucks are involved in that. Luckily, this is only the heat race, but definitely guys are going to want to think twice when they get into the main of how much risk can you really give on that. Tough break, but at least it is only the heat race. But yeah, Brewer was, I don't know if he was thought he was gonna go a little faster, but the lightest of touches, does not take much to unsettle a truck here.
A.W. Miller, looking back at it right there, sneaks through it somehow, but everybody else got a little bit of piece of it. Drift did, Dylan Parker, Robert Johnson was almost on his lid.
Yeah, Robert Johnson was trying to do his best Star Fox impression. We've got guys heading into the pits, probably to get some damage. I'm not sure if in this heat format with only 15 laps, if you can do that in one tank, but perhaps the tires are worth that much speed that they want to head in and get their tires. We'll see who comes out ahead when this all shakes out. It looks like Sparling stayed out, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, Sparling and Atkins are staying out. Everyone else heading in. So we're going to see if the tire advantage really means much of a difference here. Oh, yes. Guys are getting resets in the heat race. So this will be good that guys who normally in our normal league races, we do not allow quick repairs. We try to keep it as accurate as possible. But for this is a fun race, and especially at a truly lottery race like this, where all of a sudden you go from being a big winner to bankrupt basically. It's lucky that they have that quick repair. So we'll see if people are going to be a little more cautious now that that one quick repair is away.
I know from my time racing here, when it comes to the pit strategy, I've never really had tires be that much of a factor. They don't really have a whole lot of fall off. So I definitely think if we were to go green, especially when we get later on to the feature race, if it somehow stays green the whole way, I definitely think you'll see a lot of just fuel only, but you'll probably see a left or right side tire change because of how long it takes for the fuel to get done.
All right, as we do some pace laps around the 3-mile monster known as iRacing Superspeedway. A little bit of trivia. What was the where did this racetrack make its first appearance, Cody?
I believe it was NR 2003.
You are correct. It was the Coca-Cola Superspeedway of the very loved and renowned NR 2003. Yes, and they say that the real location of this fictional track is in, and I think I'm saying this right, Chelmsford, Massachusetts. Maybe I'm saying that right. But if you don't know, so. that is the headquarters of iRacing, of course, out in Massachusetts. So I wonder where exactly they placed this in Massachusetts, not too far outside of Boston. Yes, our producer Chris just said that perhaps this track covers the whole state, but those eastern states are so small. A little bit of more trivia. Chris, can you name who has the most number of wins in GLSR history?
Let's say, considering the combined wins in this booth right now is 1.
You didn't have to hurt me so.
Let's see.
Oh.
Would that be the guy who's not here tonight that won last week?
That would be the guy who's not here tonight. Zach Alman. He, if you were listening to the podcast just here for the GLSR, go to Spotify, look it up. Me and Chris do it. It's a great show, and we talk about all the races that happen here. Zach Alman, 12 wins, and also, yes, later in the playoffs, Cody Beatty will be defending his win at Indianapolis, and I am still winless. So
What we should be doing here is quizzing this to the drivers, and they'll get it right to get DOLs.
That would spice it up.
Mystery race, Nordgar days.
He knows what I'm talking about.
All right, we're coming to the green here. Blaine Sparlin, Caden Atkins, side by side on the line. We're going to see how much we can get away from this. And slow off the
Robert
start.
Johnson with this.
Robert Johnson. Where did he come from? A bold strategy.
They left it open.
Well, I mean, he'll get away for a little bit, but all of a sudden that pack is going to come up like a steam train, and he is going to have some problems if he doesn't get out of the way. But we'll see how much that advantage gains him.
Yeah, that'll put him on the lead lap there.
Clever strategy. Outside line going again. We got, looks like Dylan and William Martin on that high side. Caden on the middle, Blaine on the bottom line. We're going to see if they can survive. William's going to try and jump down. He's going to get down to that second line. Man, that's close. Caden's going to be putting a lot of pressure on him.
Ooh, Dane up the middle here.
Bold strategy. Oh, far wide at the straight.
Oh, wow.
Oh, man, this is going to be a mess with Robert Johnson struggling on pace. This isn't going to be pretty. Oh, and Blaine Sparling's going to... Oh, and he hits Drift up.
Into William
Oh,
Martin.
and the
Caution
yellow
is
comes
out.
back out. Well, I guess you can't be too surprised by that when you're going 4 wide and you got a roadblock up ahead, but okay. That was at least that wasn't the main. This qualifier is proven to be quite the spicy race. Let's get another view of how crazy that one unfolded. Oh man. Anyways, Cody, I want to talk to you a little bit. How did you feel? We haven't had the chance to have you on the podcast yet, so consider this like a mini episode. What was going through your mind during that Indianapolis race? Because that unfolded so crazily for you to get that win. You absolutely won it in an amazing fuel strategy. Just what were you feeling?
Just trying to figure things out. When we got that caution, you know, I was sitting there debating whether or not I was going to be able to make it on fuel. And to the end, and Drift, I think, was in the wreck that happened before that. And he told me, he said, pit on when to go. He said, and try to save fuel. And that's what ended up happening. And I was able to save enough and to be able to hold off Ben Pierce and Dean. And there was a lot of emotion from that race. And I remember as soon as I hit the back straight away and going into 3 and I seen how far everybody was and I knew I had enough fuel to make it to the end, that's the emotions just started flowing because it was awesome. And I loved every second of that race.
Speaking of Drift, we see Sparling here. He's just got nowhere to go and decides that he's going to try and squeeze it between Robert Johnson and Drift, and just Drift tries to peg him down, comes down a little bit, Blaine goes up, and that only ends one way. Drift with the big hit on the side, hits Telder, and then hits Martin, and then it's dominoes from there. So tough break, but with 4 to go in this heat qualifier, it'll be interesting to see how they act in the main, knowing that there's not another chance to reset the grid. But yeah, we'll see if there's any more cheeky strategies pulled out by some of our drivers, but not how you want that to go. Let's see if we can get someone else pulled into the booth though while we're here. How about Cody? Who should we pull up into the booth?
We pull up. Let's see here. Let's pull up the man that's sitting in the 4th spot right now, my teammate, J.W. Miller.
All right. J.W. Miller, do you copy?
I do.
All right. How's it going out there? It's getting a little frisky, even though it's the just the heat qualifier.
Yeah, it's hard to find somebody out here to work with, but we're making our way forward now, so not too bad.
All right. Yeah, it definitely seems like some interesting strategies are going on out there, considering that they know that there's still another race to go. But how are you feeling with how the season's going? I know just things worked out and you weren't able to make it into the playoffs, but how do you feel like your season so far has been going in the 6 truck?
I think we've definitely had some great races and some disappointing races, but overall, I think it's been a really decent season for us, and there was a lot of competition this year specifically with a lot of new guys. So yeah, just shooting for next season to definitely try and get into the playoffs. But for right now, just having fun.
All right. Well, it's definitely been. Again, you mentioned it. The intensity has ramped up, and it's not that long ago. I remember when, I felt like I could sort of be within touching distance of the podium places. We had a fun race back at Belle Isle where you and then Keith Calhoun, now William Calhoun, had an incredible battle for 1-2, and I just sort of struggled along there at the back. But no, we're glad that you've been here so long, and I do feel like. If we had a list of drivers who deserve championships that hadn't gotten one yet, I think you're at the top of that list.
Yeah, I definitely think we have one in our future, for sure.
All right. And how do you feel, and now that we've got Cody here, developmentally, how do you feel about Ace Racing's prospects and getting ahead in the team championship for Season 6?
Oh well, you know, all the guys in Ace Racing, I've raced with before, and you know, it's just a good group of guys that I feel like we have a lot of talent between the four of us.
All right, and Cody, you got any questions before we get to green?
Just what's gonna be your strategy here? As this is gonna be coming to the white flag, I believe, on a one-lap shootout.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to see here. I'll try to give Dane a good push here at the start, and we'll see if we can hook up.
Well, good luck, buddy, and go win it for Ace Racing tonight.
All right, thanks.
Drift posted in chat. He says, "I had no regret trying to use Robert Johnson as a pick." LOL.
Yeah, I mean it was a pretty strong block he threw down there. We'll see if that happens in the main feature coming up soon. But we got one lap to go here in this heat race. Blaine Sparling and Dane Cruz are gonna take it to the line. Let's see how it goes. It's a green flag. Caden Atkins up the center.
Jason Clark
Oh,
behind.
Didn't get very far at all.
Gonna hand the lead to JW, and there's Jason Clark beside him on the inside.
Tough break for those guys up front, but at least they still have the main race to go. Blaine Sparling, usually renowned for keeping that truck clean. Let's see who.
Look at Robert Johnson. He was just a lap down a minute ago. He's in second, going for the heat win.
Oh, and a
Getting tight.
on Telder. Telder on the bottom side. He's not out of this yet.
Oh, Dylan Parker spinning.
The 69 truck to the front. Oh, I did not realize the 69 truck is a lamped out, but Robert Johnson is the lead truck, staying on the low side.
Oh, Telder looking to make a move.
Telder
Look at
throws
Tyler Brewer.
and Brewer to the high side.
Brewer got him.
Brewer wins the heat race there. What a finish! I mean, it was gloves off, knowing that it was only one to go on a track this nasty. All right, Brewer, Johnson, and Telder 1, 2, 3. JW 4th, Muir 5th, Cummings 6th, Dane Cruz 7th, Sparling 8th, Parker in 9th. It definitely was an eventful finish there. I think we need to get a replay of that. What an unbelievable run from the outside.
Wow.
All right, well, we are going to be lining up for the, it's got a 2-minute warm-up here. Just to, apparently to cool down and get things set. Okay, here we go. We got the replay. What an incredible finish, though. I mean, Tyler Brewer's way in the back, and they get so tangled up together that he's able to sling around on the high side and get through.
He had an incredible run.
What a drive! 3 wide, threads it through. Incredible.
What a drive. Like Tyler Brewer, 6 people in the corner he passed right there.
Man, that is one of the best passes I've seen for a lead since our dirt race, where we had, I think it was Sam Fontaine and Alex Cummings go side by side. All of our dirt races have had crazy finishes, but what a finish there by Tyler Brewer. I know it's just a heat race, but he should feel good about that one.
Yeah, he should feel very good about that one. Another person should be feeling good. Robert Johnson. He in one lap, he went all the way to second. And he was a lap down in that caution that we had to make that one lap shootout, put him back on the lead lap.
Yeah, no, I got to say, this will be interesting to see now that this will be for all the marbles, 35 laps. Who will try to keep things patient and who's going to risk it early? There will be one quick repair, but after that, there is no extra race after that to fall back on. This will be for the win.
This is going to be a lot of fun, and I cannot wait for this feature to get started here.
Now, before we get into the feature race, I'd like to take 1 minute to thank the title sponsor of the GLSR Truck Series. That's Black Horizon. Now, I gotta say, if you're flying into the Chicagoland area this holiday season, great news. Whether you're flying into Chicago Midway or Chicago O'Hare, Black Horizon is pretty much in the exact middle of that. So you have no reason to not go on by, stop, and have yourself a drink in the Black Horizon tap room in Willowbrook, Illinois. I'm actually enjoying a Black Horizon beverage. I'm enjoying their Horizon Azul. It's a Mexican style lager. It's delicious. Charles and Alex and all you guys there at the tap room, Kevin, thank you so much for sponsoring the league, and we appreciate you guys immensely. So please, if you're in the Chicagoland area, pay a visit to Black Horizon. They do so much to help make this league happen. Now we're gridding up for the feature, and will be a very exciting to get this started. Let's see if we can get Tyler Brewer up in the booth. Is Tyler Brewer here? Tyler, do you copy? One more time, Tyler. Couldn't hear you on that one. Oh, we seem to be having some technical issues with Tyler Brewer's microphone. He is trying to do some Morse code for us, though. On oh, and for some reason, Drift is doing some circles on the pit straight. I'm a little confused about that one. Sorry, Tyler, we can't hear you. Your mic is not coming through, but incredible drive there, going through 6 cars to win that. So great job out there. All right, shame we couldn't get a word there from Tyler Brewer, but good luck to him as they go out. Ooh, and Tyler, he did not grid. He did not grid. That would be a real shame after getting that incredible. Also, Robert Johnson did not grid, and I think also Dylan Parker. Now, I don't know if this is a strategy call or if they're having some sort of connection issues. If not, that's really unfortunate for those guys who did such a huge amount of work to get in 1 and 2, and it'd be a huge shame if they could not grid. If they can't, though, that will hand the pole to Telder alongside J.W. Miller. So, yeah, real shame if he can't get in there. Hopefully they can get that sorted out and he can get into this race. I mean, with 35 laps, there's enough time if he can stay lead lap. It's a tall order, but we might get a caution or two, and then he can get back on the lead lap and still have a race here. Fingers crossed for him.
Absolutely.
All right, as they enter turn 3, Telder in that chrome blue truck. Looks like a chrome blue Toyota. JW in that iconic paint scheme of his. He's run that as long as I've seen him race in this league. In that, I think it's Northern Equipment.
Yes.
Northern Tool. All right. A little bit of a gap here. Might be a weird strategy there by the 33 truck, trying to get a little space so that he can try and get some draft off of them. And we are green flag here for the main event at the Turkey Trot. Big push from Noah. Whoa, a little bit of the bumper to Telder. Telder was not picking up fast enough. Cruz is on the tight on the bumper of Noah. Backs off a little bit. And JW and Telder and Cummings, 1, 2, 3 side by side. All right. And it does appear that that was a strategy call. We've got, oh, it's a race off the pit lane. We got Tyler Brewer, Robert Johnson, and Dylan Parker all racing off the pit lane. They better hope for a caution in this race. They're probably going to get it, but they better not hope to go a lap down as we go 3 wide into the corner. Cummings falling back, JW falling back. Telder leads him into 4.
Yeah, as they come across the line here to complete lap 1, Noah Miari to the outside to take the lead from Telder with help from Dane Cruz.
This is what I was saying earlier. If the guys who are teammates in the regular season can link up and stay patient, they could really have a huge advantage and push themselves away. Looks like Cruz is staying really patient behind Noah, pushing him along. Blaine and Atkins, Blaine has sort of been adopted by the PPM team as he runs in the 3 or 4 there. And outside line forming up there, William Martin, J.W. Miller, and the 69 truck. Robert Johnson. Robert Johnson's still coming around.
Jason Clark,
thank you. Oh, Cruz gets shuffled out. Gets a little loose as Telder's coming up. Let's see if he goes for the pass. Yes, he will. Coming up the outside. Sparling goes to block. Sparling gets pushed to the front.
Here comes JW. William Martin. They're going to thread the needle. Yes, they are. There goes Blaine to block William Martin. It's going to put JW behind Matt Telder here on the outside.
And Williams probably not going to give Blaine a whole lot of room, considering Blaine was the reason he got a bit messed up in the heat race. William with a huge push on the 59 truck. All right, and they're forming up 2x2x2 as they go into 3 and 4. Ooh, William dives down. Blaine's going to let him go. Blaine gets shuffled out way on the high line. He's going to drop back at least 6, 7, 8 positions maybe.
Wow. He's going to fall all the way back from the lead in just 1 and 2 corners, all the way back to about the 8th spot there.
That is how quick things unfold here. And it is only lap 4 of 35 laps around this madhouse. JW to the front. Ooh, Teller's getting a little tight on the 69 there. Oh, and there's trouble. Blaine Sparling and Dane Cruz contact.
No caution.
No. Oh, Blaine's no caution comes out. I think Blaine's expecting one and he's not gonna get it. Oh,
Caution is out now.
all right. Caution comes out for the 59. Yeah, he fell back and I'm surprised. Let's see. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, looks like Alex Cummings bounced off the wall, got in the sparring. I'm gonna need to see that again though. Tough break for the 59, our last season champion. Let's see, here they go into 2. Yeah, that all starts with Alex Cummings just getting that little bit of the wall, comes down on the Blaine, comes down into Cruz.
Drift with probably needs a change of pants after that one, with both the 59 and the 46 coming right across his nose and him barely missing it there.
I'll have to see that from front view. That was an insane threading of the needle. All right, we're on board Drift here to see how he whoa! Yeah, he barely skirts out of that one, keeps that quick repair alive, which is going to be a huge factor if you're actually going to win this race, because cautions and wrecks are going to happen when you're racing this hard.
Looks like Dane Cruz had to tow there. He's still got a chance, and he's still in it, because during the heat race, RJ, Robert Johnson, actually had to tow as well, and as we've seen, he come back to finish second, and he almost won it.
Leaders coming to pit road. This is definitely going to affect the strategy. With only 5 laps, I'm not sure if that's enough to get you to the end, but this is a one-stop race here, so this might help them get them to the end. Depending on how cautions fall and fuel saving is going to happen. Let's see who wins the race off of pit road. Obviously, Sparling and Cruz already there as they towed in from the contact on the back stretch.
It's
Ooh,
like
and
Baby
the
Lukens.
missed the
Missed his
box.
pit.
JW off. Caden off. Followed by Parker. It's going to be interesting to see who took... I mean, again, we discussed that we really don't think tires are a huge factor here, so you're definitely weighing how much fuel to splash in there. With only 6 laps gone, it's probably not that much, so a few guys maybe getting repairs done on the pit road.
What I'm thinking, because they're still going to have to make a stop here, but it's definitely going to make it to where everybody can make it on just one stop from here on out.
All right. Drift with the interesting strategy stays out. He must be banking on. He must be drafting off the pitch, drafting off the pace car, saving the fuel, and he'll need to, because I think he's hoping that enough cautions are going to fall where he won't need to pit. That's him.
And Drift doing the old Tony Stewart there, riding right behind the pace truck there, messing with him.
Sometimes I
One
enjoyed when. Oh, sorry. What's up?
One thing I will say though about Drift doing this strategy that may be a bad thing for him is with everybody else pitting and he'll have to come down before everybody else. He may not have anybody come with him and he may be left out by himself.
Yeah, it's definitely, you know, if you're, it's a weird gamble. I feel like if everyone's going, why not? And considering how much of a roulette wheel, I mean, we saw Blaine went from first, shuffled back, and then, you know, basically totaled in 2 laps time. So we're going to see how this shakes out for him. If he can keep, you know, line of stern there with Atkins, keep it clean. But we're not very far into this race, and already some interesting strategies forming.
Like Dane Cruz is back on track. He's going to be a lap down. It looks like Blaine's going to be a lap down as well. Those are the only 2 a lap down at the moment. Everybody else is on the lead lap.
That's going to be a whole separate race to keep an eye on, is, you know, how hard Dane and Sparling are going to race, because I mean, we don't wish for cautions, but you expect it, and there being only 2 cars 1 lap down, you want to beat that guy. And so I expect the caution may come out from one of those 2, racing extra hard, knowing that they have to be ahead of the other one to get that lucky dog spot.
Definitely going to be interesting here on this restart because you have teammates on the front row for Ace Racing and Drift and JW Miller, and back behind them you have Caden Atkins and William Martin.
Yeah, no big help for Caden. A lot of the PPM guys are farther back, so he won't have someone who's going to link up with him as quickly. Will be interesting to see who picks, how quickly people can become friends. I know JW said hard to find a partner out there, but at least he's got his teammate alongside him. Maybe the 2 of them can make it work. All right, turn 4, coming to green.
Gonna ramp up here again. We still have over, let's see, I think 29 laps to go, 28 laps to go.
Still plenty of excitement. It looks like Drift's off already.
Trying to get that jump so he doesn't lose any traction here on this outside, but that could cost him here as Caden getting a draft, but he's going to push Drift as they go down into turn 1 here.
Going to be interesting to see what JW chooses to do, if he's going to try and slide down or see if Drift will come up to work with him. Already he's losing progress. Telder's going to jump up in front of him. Nope. Ooh, 3 wide in the back straight. Let's see if they can get themselves sorted out.
Caden trying to jump out, and it looks like he's going to try to go for the lead. They're 3 wide for the lead here, I think.
As they go, no, 2 by 2. JW and Drift form up.
Elder and RJ around into the pit wall. On the inside there.
I guess it's convenient for them as they're already into the pit lane. Maybe they got a speeding penalty for that. That's going to be a weird situation. Stay green. They're going to use those quick repairs. Can they get around quick enough? Oh, and caution comes out.
Wow.
All right.
Curious to see what happened there, because it was a 3-truck breakaway between Caden, Matt Telder, and Robert Johnson there.
I also am curious to see who stayed ahead between Sparling and Cruz. There really wasn't much time off the green flag to race each other, and who got that lucky dog. I'm going to be intrigued. Oh, man. I think they were just...
RJ just bumped him a little too hard, and it got Telder sideways.
Well, they were coming up pretty quick on Atkins, and I think they both tried to do the same idea at the same time. It'd be interesting to see that from a rear view, to see who decided to try and jump around Caden first, because they both had good steam. It was a good push that the 20 was given the 12. It just did not work out, as I think, I'm not sure if it was Caden throwing a block or them just jumping out too late to try and pass him.
Looks like Telder had such a good run on Caden. He was going to try to go to the outside, but if he would have continued on, he would have spun Caden like he ended up getting spun as well there. And I believe Dane Cruz is your lucky dog.
All right. Going to be, I think, After this, we'll see if Sparling is the only one lap down, or if Telder and Robert Johnson will join him 1 lap down. And seems Drift's strategy of just staying out, keep it clean, is working. Teammates up front. But the difference is you got Atkins along with fellow teammate Dylan Parker in row 2. So it'll be interesting to see if they try to do a little coordination to see if they can push past each other.
If I was Drift here, it doesn't look like he went down pit road. I possibly would have pitted here because they'd put you back on the same strategy with everybody else. But maybe some coordination between him and JW Miller's teammates. Maybe they'll end up coming down together, and that'll help him out.
Definitely. All right, who should we pull up into the booth that's out there on the grid?
Let's see here. Who we got? Let's pull up Jason Clark.
Jason, do you copy? Jason Clark, do you hear us up in the booth?
Yeah, I can hear you, Sam. How's it going, man?
Doing good. How does it feel out there in the crazy banks?
I actually like this car and track combo, so it's fun. But it's going to be crazy. There'll be some more wrecks for sure.
What's your approach for trying to thread the needle through here? You definitely had some, despite being a lap down, you look pretty quick there at the end of the first heat. Do you think you can bring some of that here to the main event?
Unfortunately, I forgot to uncheck my fast repair the last time. So I'm 1 and done, so I'm going to stay in the back. And then at the end there, we'll stuff it up the middle again.
Gotta ask, what was your hype song? What was your pre-race playlist? I know you and I have some interesting conversations about music.
It had some Wolfpack in it. The last song I listened to before I turned it off was Cory Wong by Wolfpack. Everybody should listen to that.
I fully agree. Everyone listening, if you listen to Wolfpack, if you haven't listened to Wolfpack, you should be.
You definitely should. Yeah.
All right. Well, good luck out there.
All
right, thanks.
Ready to go green. Good luck, Clark.
And Drift is off. Wow, they're really strung out. I don't think they were ready for that at all. Drift and Miller way off into the distance. Not quite sure what happened there. But this works out good for Drift and Miller as they go cleanly into 1 and 2.
Robert Johnson with the bone still again. That's going to put him all the way back up there. He's still 2 laps down, but hey, it worked for him to get his lap back before. Let him do it again.
All right, as we get rolling here, look who's coming back into the picture in 3rd place. It's Tyler Brewer. Guy was came out of nowhere to win the first heat race, and now he's already looking quick here on lap 12.
Looks like they're starting to get better organized back here in the back, and I think if they get organized, they'll be able to catch up to these lead cars here. Looks like Dylan Parker's about to hook up with his affiliated teammate Dane Cruz, and you got Blaine Sparling right behind them.
Yeah, they'll be one to watch if we can keep this clean, considering they also pitted. You really need for Drift strategy to work, more cautions to come out, as an outside line is forming of the 20, the 40, and the 12, and then another pack of the, looks like the 2 and the 63. Ooh, and they fan out. Telder gets left high and dry. Ooh, Atkins getting a little squirrely on the bottom side.
He thought about going for the middle there, and I think he backed off thinking better of it right there. Oh,
look at the front!
Oh,
and they're
that's going to take a few out.
Well, someone's doing their Star Fox impersonation, barrel rolling down the straight. It was a great move by the 5, but did not work out for them. Was the 69 caught up in that? Because he did admit he had already used his fast repair.
I don't believe he was.
All right, the 69 survives another day. But a few guys are going to be wanting to use their quick repairs, and hopefully they didn't for any minor scrapes and scratches. Let's watch this again. Huge run by the 5. Yeah, I don't know if that was net code or Brewer just came down a little bit on him, but all of a sudden, very quickly, things went wrong.
Definitely looks like it there. Watching it again, it looks like maybe Brewer come down just a little bit, but I believe that may have been more netcode than anything.
Yeah, I don't know if Brewer threw a block on Teld or something because William Martin comes up like a freight train and he's all by himself and he has that kind of speed. That's crazy.
Damn. A lot of trucks up and caught up in that one. Caden Atkins, you had Brewer, William Martin, Noah Miari got a piece of it, Cummings got a piece of it. Wow.
Yeah, some hard hits. This is where the race is really going to change, though, where a lot of guys were driving with that insurance policy, knowing they had that quick repair in their back pocket. And that's going to be gone for a lot of the grid. You're going to have to choose your battles way more carefully now. So it's been a pretty scrappy race to start, but a lot of guys knew they had that quick repair, and now that is no longer available for them. I'm going to be intrigued to see who's going to back off a little bit and try to play this race a little more safely.
Thing I noticed is earlier in the feature race, Alex Cummings that ended up getting into the wall. He did not take his fast repair then, but he just took it now, and that's probably just what saved his race and still gives him a shot to win this thing.
Let's see if we can get someone up into the booth. Let's bring up. Let's see. Let's bring up Matt Telder. Matt, you're in the booth. Do you copy?
Yeah, what's up?
Hey, how's it going out there? You went from being skeptical of racing to leading in the front a little bit. How's it shaking out there?
It's chaos, and I'm listening to Caden constantly talk. That's how we're going tonight.
Do you think that's a strategy to distract you in the general chat down there for all the drivers?
Well, it's working. As you see, we aren't doing very much productive racing down here.
Now, have you used your quick repair already from your earlier shunt with the 20, right?
Oh, yes.
All right. Well, then, what's your approach now that you've already spent that quick repair? Are you going to be backing off a little bit, or is it still pedal to the metal?
Oh, I'm still sitting in third, aren't I?
I mean, it's working out so far.
Nothing's changed.
All right. How are you feeling about next week at Road America?
Feeling pretty good. Road courses are one of my stronger suits, along with dirt tracks and short tracks. So, the one remaining race I'm looking forward to. So,
Now, the Season 6 calendar has been revealed. If you're watching and you didn't know, you can go to our Instagram page, and we posted it there. What's the one track you're most excited for?
ooh, North Wilkesboro, hands down.
All right, that's going to be quite the exciting race there. And just wanted to check, are you 2 to green right now or 1 to green?
2 to green.
Okay, so we still got a little more time with you. Cody, you got any questions for Telder?
I'm trying to think here. Let's ask a question about your teammate, Sam Fontaine. You know, being in the playoffs along with him, you have your other teammate, Jason Dalton. You know, we go to the road course next week with Road America. How do you feel about maybe Sam's chances of being able to win there and making it to the Final Four? Because considering he won the GP at Twin Ring.
From what Sam has mentioned, he's primarily just avoiding mayhem and just finishing. He thinks that's going to be the better strategy. He doesn't feel he has the overall pace to lead and win. But yeah, his goal is to run, you know, top 5, top 6, just kind of hang out up there. He feels he's got a good enough cushion to do that and still advance later in the playoffs. And Dalton absolutely hates road courses, so.
He's on the same boat with me. I absolutely hate him as well.
Oh yeah, it's just the whole team chat this week has just been, yep, this is dumb. This isn't gonna work. I hate this. Why?
Well, it's definitely tough to please everyone.
Thanks for giving us that insight though on the team, and y'all are at 1 to go on the backstretch. So good luck the rest of the way, and who knows? Hopefully, we'll see you in victory lane.
I doubt it very seriously, but we'll give it a college try.
All right, Matt Telder of the 12. Yes, it's always hard. You got so many different generations and opinions on what what stock car racing should be. I happen to put myself in the other camp where I love having a stock car on a road course. Couldn't be more excited for Road America. Not that I've been personally putting in good laps, but it's a classic, amazing racetrack, literally off a Great Lake. All right, turn 4, J.W. Miller, drift. 1, 2. Let's see who will go off first.
Drift with the jump right there, and it looks like probably JW is going to hop in behind him there. Well, he's going to come up in front of JW.
Interesting strategy. I guess they're trying to build up as much momentum as they can. Drift getting a little far out there. Dylan Parker and the 33 coming up real hot on the outside. 33 drops down. They all drop down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in a line heading into turn 2.
Everybody single file as they get ready to go to the backstretch, and Dylan Parker, Matt Teller to the outside right as soon as I said that, and they look like they're going to try to take the lead here from Drift.
He definitely made it very clear, even though he has used his quick repair, that does not change his approach, and that definitely visualizes it. One truck that's moving real quick is at 46. Coming up real quick on the 3 truck. Let's see if he'll stay behind and push. No, they separate. They're 3 wide in the front stretch. Noah's coming up pretty quick on the back of the 46.
Really
And
looks
everything.
like the PPM guys are starting to get organized here. You got Dean Cruz, Dylan Parker, and Noah Miari here.
Laps are ticking away with all these laps under caution, so getting organized and putting yourself in a good position is definitely the right call as the teammates 1, 2 trying to keep it clean. 33 is thinking about the outside. Telder does take the outside. Helped by that 3 truck of Dylan Parker. Dylan goes out really wide. Telder doing a lot of side drafting out there. No holds barred.
One thing that's going to play key here is if it stays green, can these guys make it on fuel? Because it's going to be right around that window, because we got back to green with about 18 laps to go here.
I don't know. They've seemed to be going a little more cautiously now that a lot of guys have used that quick repair. Telder seems to be. Now we are being told that Jason Clark did pit for fuel at 1 to go, so definitely a strategy played there by the 69 truck. Currently 13th. Interesting strategy there. Hopefully he'll get the caution to follow him.
He just stopped on the back stretch and has towed his truck. It looks like he blew up.
Oh, well, I mean, he did use his 1 quick repair, and he must have gotten involved in a different accident, and I did not realize. Tough break for the 69 as we stay green. Drift. Miller, 1 and 2. As the teammates go into 1, you got Lukens and Telder trying to work on that outside, but the 6 and the 14 working real well together. One truck to watch tonight. If he can keep it clean, it's at 5. He's been very fast on those straightaways. He's getting a lot of powerful draft off of the other guy, so I would definitely keep an eye on the 5. 4 wide. Alex getting shuffled way out there.
Dylan Parker up into the mix now. He's going to go to the outside of William Martin. Got a little loose there. He's going to hop back in line. I think right now, if you're Drift and JW Miller, you're in a good spot. I believe both of them still have their fast repair, so if they play this right, they may be in the catbird seat. But as we seen in the heat, you don't want to really be up front, especially coming off 4, because you could very well end up 5th or 6th, because these guys right here, this moves so fast, and there's so much speed, you could go easily from 1 turn being in the lead to back to 5th or 6th.
Now this is going to be interesting because Telder was driving so aggressively, he was almost forming a block for Drift and Miller, but now that Parker and Cummings are past them, they've formed up a 1-2 on the outside. So keep an eye on them. There we go, into the pits. It had to come eventually. Woo, big lock up there by Drift. I wonder if he sped. Let's see how long he sits in the pit lane. That will be close. Miller, Drift, and Brewer all together in the pits here. They may go a lap down on this. It'll be close. Let's see where the leaders are right now. I think they're going down the backstretch into 3.
Pit road speed, I believe, is 65 here.
Ooh, and they overshot their pits. We're being told. Brewers overshot the pits. Let's see. Miller's out first. Drift is out next. They're going past the pit lane. No speeding, but they're coming like a freight train down the front stretch into 3 wide. Oh, this might get ugly really quick. You got Cummings on the bottom, Telder middle, Martin high.
Dane Cruz back up in the mix here, as he's got William Martin behind him. Telder on the outside trying to take that lead, but he's got no help from anyone. Up here comes William Martin on the outside.
Huge block from Telder. Martin all the way to the bottom.
Cummings way up the track as they go into turn 3.
Martin to the bottom. I said he would be one to watch. He's getting past Telder. Cruz. Him and Sparling had that incident together. Martin to the outside. Man, that Valvoline truck has got some serious speed on it tonight. Here comes Telder. And you're going to have to watch now. These guys are going so fast being in the pack. But you've got Drift and Miller who came out of the pits together. Hopefully they'll be able to keep speed and not get ran over by these guys as they absolutely steamroll through 2. Telder leads. I think they should have enough time to at least form up and get up to speed, but I do expect this pack will come up and catch. Ooh.
William Martin with the aggression there. He's wanting to win this race tonight.
The 5 and the 12
contact.
getting real close. Telder moves up.
Dane Cruz with a huge push right now to William Martin.
There's only 10 to
Coming in
go.
the picture. I believe what happened with Jason Clark and Robert Johnson there is, looking back on it, I believe they had a little bit of contact, and I think that's why both of them are of DNF for this race.
Tough break for those two as they look pretty good in the heat races. They are racing real hard at the lead here. Telder and Cruz on the high side. William gets shuffled out on the bottom. Telder drops down as they go into 3. This will be interesting to see which of these guys is actually going to be saving fuel, because these guys up front are driving. Oh, Telder to the pit! Telder to the pits! Leader is in and he goes alone. That will be a hard thing to make work if it doesn't, if there's no caution for him that he does not have a buddy. That was what worked out for Drift and JW, is they were able to go together, and Telder is by himself as William takes control of this race. And Cruz coming up real close on him.
One thing here is I'm seeing is if these leaders can get single file, they'll be able to catch JW Miller and Drift both. But at the moment, Drift and JW Miller, just as 2 cars, are pulling away from them, and that could play into some strategy.
Telder's pulling out of his pit stall, we're being informed. Let's see if he goes a lap down. It will be tough that he's by himself. He's going to be a sitting duck. It's going to be tough for the leaders to get around him, and Telder's never been shy putting his elbows out. And look at this. You've got the PPM guys starting to form up in front. You got Cruz, Atkins, and Parker. 1, 2, 3.
And one thing I do notice, though, is you have 1, 2, 3 PPM affiliated trucks right now. They've gotten it all together, and not too far back in the 6th spot, you have Noah Miari.
Definitely some fuel saving going on as Telder has got a parachute in the back of that 12. He's going nowhere as they go around the outside of him in that chrome blue truck. Whoa, he comes in real tight and he turns William Martin! Yellow comes out! Man, that's a tough break for the 5 as he was looking super competitive. I hope he has his quick repair. Oh, man. I don't know if Martin came down or Telder up, but you don't want to see that. This is going to be a sprint to the finish when this goes green. At lap 29 of 35. Ooh, and William has to tow. We're going to need to see a replay of what goes on here.
I think Blaine didn't have any contact with William Martin, but I do think he slid up into the wall to avoid it.
Does look like Telder. Whoa, no, big hit for the 59. We're being informed it looks like netcode. Hopefully we can get like a chase cam of that to see, but I was so surprised to see Telder jump up like that. That would make sense that netcode would be involved. Tough break for the 5. Netcode for Sparling, we're being told. Yeah, no, he did not make contact, but that truck moved. But yeah, it looks like Telder did drive up into him.
Well, this is definitely going to play into the strategy now, because you're going to have all these guys who are going to be close, probably be able to make it, or they may come down and top off, because I think we'll get back going here with about 5 laps to go or so. JW Miller and Drift are still in the lead lap, so they'll be coming around. We'll see what happens here and how it's going to shake out if there's any pit stops.
Yeah, Telder just shoots up. Williams holding his lane, and Telder just comes in real tight. I don't know if he was hoping to get into that train as soon as he could to get their draft, but absolutely ruins the 5. Really hope he's got his quick repair.
Everybody on pit road except JW Miller and Drift. So they're going to be your leaders when this all shakes out here.
Looks like some contact between the 2 and the 3 on pit lane. Not much, but they did. Oh, Noah Miori spun around.
Wow.
What is going on out there for the PPM? The PPM team had 2 drivers drive into each other and 1 spin around. Everything's falling apart for Peak Performance Motorsports.
Looked like Noah locked up the back tires and it sent him into the inside wall. I hope it didn't hurt the performance of that truck.
I don't know, but he's parked way weird in that spot. Maybe he downshifted too early? I don't know.
That's what I'm thinking happened there.
Very strange for the 8 truck. Tough break, but JW Miller and Jacob Drift keeping control of this race.
Kind of reversed roles here. Earlier it was JW who was pushing Drift. Now it's Drift pushing JW. But I will tell you this, has experience with racing with Drift in other leagues. That last lap hits, teammates are off the board. He's going for that win.
Wouldn't expect any less considering this is a non-points race. You know, it's not like you've got playoff points or championship points to be thinking about. This is all for bragging rights. And, you know, some may say that, oh, let's just, a one-off race, who cares? But you're a racer, you want to win. And I expect every single person on this lead lap genuinely believes that they have a shot, because you do not know how things will shake out.
Believe William Martin does not have a fast repair, so that's a shame for him, because that truck is probably going to be down on horsepower, and that truck was strong all night tonight. Definitely in contention to win it here.
Well, ding, ding, ding. Open up the boxing ring, because that is going to be one unhappy driver in the 5. No post in the boxing ring yet, but again, this is a non-points race, so it is more for fun than for, playoff points. But again, like I just said a minute ago, you still want to win. I would take any victory, any race, anytime.
Second things out here, they just got the 5 to go as they take the 1 to green. So we're going to have 4 laps here when they come around and take this green flag.
Yeah, I don't think that I don't think we're going to get there cleanly. I expect 1 more caution to come out, just because you got guys who are going to be going absolutely for it. They know that if they're not in that front pack, they'll have a hard time winning. So I expect some big pushes from the back, getting guys a little loose in the mid pack there as the front, just try to keep things clean and get to the end. But anything can happen. We saw how quickly the 40 was able to cut through so many trucks on the last lap, on the last 2 turns. I wouldn't count anyone out of this race, especially how aggressive these guys have been racing tonight.
One thing I'm curious about is if green-white checkers are on, because if they're not, a caution here could very well end it. But I believe we'll have green-white checkers if they're on.
There seems to be some odd strategy, maybe some unfair strategy going on here. The 44 apparently has a huge parachute on the back of it. It is not formed up with the rest of the grid. Trying to pull a Robert Johnson move and sling past the whole field. We'll have to watch that 44, because he is not tight with the rest of the pack. Bit of a dirty move there, considering he also just spun out the 5. And they're going green. There comes that 44 who is trying to get a huge run. He is going to get past Sparling. All right, they keep it clean as we go into one. Drift gets shuffled out. Teammates are separated by the PPM duo. Excuse me, that's Alex Cummings. He's not a peak performance driver. I was mistaking him for the 46, also in all black. All right,
Outside
yep.
line trying to form there. Looks like Robert Lukens, Dylan Parker, and Telder there.
All right. 33 falls out. They're all in a line. Parker slings out with Telder. JW Miller still leads in the 4.
Caden peeked out. He's looking at it. He may go for it here in a second here as they're going to go to 3 to go here at the line, and it's ramping up even more. Here comes Dylan Parker on the outside with Telder pushing him.
All right, it's going to be interesting to see how much speed they can carry into the corner. They're holding pretty strong out there. Here they go again. Can that 312 combo screaming up on the outside?
I think they may take the lead here, especially once they get off of turn 4. Drift to the inside of Cummings. They're 3 wide back here for about the 4th spot. That's going to shuffle him back towards the back here.
Noah's trying to peek out. He's trying to get around the outside of JW. Stays behind. That
Comes
312
Dylan
combo. Look at him go.
2 to go. It's ramped up. Who's going to make it back and who's going to win this race? We have 2 to go.
JW Bieber still controlling the race. Caden Atkins right behind, but then his other teammate, Drift, sitting back there in the 3rd, 4th position. It's hard to tell because him and Parker are side by side on the back stretch.
I'm starting to wonder if Cade's going to pull out and go with his teammate, but if he does that, that's going to leave the opening for Drift to push JW, and we've seen how strong both of them hooked up tonight are. And they're getting ready to come around here as they're going to take the white flag as they hop on the front stretch here. Oh, they're wrecked in behind. Oh,
do we get 1 to go? Does it stay green?
White flag.
It stays green. JW Miller leads. Caden Atkins behind. Drift's behind him. Parker, 46 out.
Oh,
Keep your
Caden.
eyes on the 40. He came back from 6 to win the heat race. He's not out of this. Telder throwing a big block.
Drift going with JW. I knew it was coming. Caden's kind of a sitting duck, but don't look too far back now. You got Telder coming along with the heat winner, Tyler Brewer. Could he do it again? Here comes
3
Cummings.
wide. Miller still leads. Caden on the bottom. Drift in the middle. Cummings on top.
Here comes Caden. Who's going to get it? Who's going to get it?
Oh, we're starting to
Second.
crash.
Oh, it's
It's a
Cummings
drag
and
race.
JW. JW got him.
By a nose, and look who's in 3rd, Tyler Brewer. What a finish. Wow. J.W. Miller gets it done, controls the race, keeps it clean up front when there were all those people contesting for the lead. What a win.
The heat race, we saw the winner win it by 0.03 of a second. In the feature race, by 1/100th of a second.
What a race. Just gets y'all excited. What a great finish there. It was anyone's game. I thought that bottom line had the speed coming. I did not think JW would be able to keep it. I'm not sure who came together to prevent that from being an accident, but congratulations, J.W. Miller, and his teammates going to join him for the victory celebrations. Those two did a fantastic job on strategy and drafting together. Congratulations, Ace Motorsports, on winning the Turkey Trot and to the 6th truck of J.W. Miller.
Had a feeling there on that last lap that if Drift got the opportunity, if it was him and JW out front coming to the white flag, he would go for it, but he did the teammate move. He's done it to me multiple times where he'll just push you to the win, and he definitely helped JW out there. And congrats to Ace and my team. Along with that, I know Chris Evans, our team owner, will be proud of that.
Yes, Chris Evans, let's see. It looks like Brewer and Drift came together. Crazy that Brewer still got 3rd out of that huge accident. I mean, it's basically just too many trucks and nowhere to go on that wild finish. Alex Cummings almost did it again, though, coming back from nowhere to nearly win. He did the same thing in the dirt race, so good, solid second place finish for him. Definitely want to see this slowed down.
Yeah, it looks like when you watch it again, Noah trying to thread the needle kind of gets in between, not a lot of space, and it kind of turns the 14 and the 40 right into each other.
Yeah, Lukens just gives too big of a push to Brewer. Domino effects into all of them. Look how close it is between the 2 and the 6. GW's
Robert
race was
Lukens.
nearly over right there.
Robert Lukens, rest in peace to Robert Lukens, because he hit that inside wall doing every bit of over 200 miles an hour.
Yeah, he's no longer of this world after that.
That was an awesome race, though. Heat was awesome. The feature was even better. Come down to the last lap, and wow. That's all I can say is wow.
Yeah, no, had me on the edge of my seat, that's for certain. Let's see if we can get one of our podium finishers up here into the booth. Hopefully Tyler Brewer got his mic fixed. Tyler, do you copy?
Yes, sir.
Tyler Brewer, what a race you've done tonight. You won the heat race in spectacular fashion from 6th or 7th to 1st, and then another podium finish. How are you feeling?
Oh, pretty good. This is why we need super speedways, because they're a blast.
Well, I told you we had resolved that, and Talladega will be on the list. Now, would you want iRacing Super Speedway on the calendar?
Oh, that's tough. I've won officials at this track before, so I know kind of where to go on it. So it's actually a really good time. I wouldn't mind this track in the official season.
Now, talk us through your approach. I mean, it worked well. I mean, you came out of just nowhere in the heat race and a solid third place finish. So, what was the winning strategy to get you onto the podium?
I lay back probably till the last couple laps usually, and I know out of turn 4, as soon as you hit the bump out of turn 4, if you shoot to the guys outside, you have all the momentum.
All right. Well, spectacular race in that 40 truck. Anyone you want to shout out for your podium finish?
My other teammates that unfortunately had very not good races.
Yes, definitely some tough breaks there for the rest of Brewer Motorsports, but you're doing them proud as the namesake of your team. So great race, and also a fantastic looking paint, if I may say so.
Appreciate it. Thanks.
All right, that was Tyler Brewer, who took third in a spectacular job tonight, making that 40 truck look real fast. Let's see if we can get Alex in here. Alex, do you copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Alex, great job tonight. Man, you were just that little bit behind the wind. How did it go out there, though?
Yeah, I just felt like I needed just maybe 50 to 100 more feet, and I might have would have had him. I definitely had a run on him coming across the line.
You definitely seem to have a speciality for coming out of nowhere late in the race. You did that in the dirt race, and I genuinely thought you were going to have him here tonight. But after all that, do you feel like a track like this should be included on the calendar, or is this saved for special events only?
I don't know about this track per se, but like Talladega or other super speedways, I think they're fun, and I think it's not really a difficult track, but it comes with some luck, but it also comes with skill, and you gotta know when to push and know when to not push to try to stay out of the big ones. So I'm looking forward to next season. I think it's all Talladega on there, so always like the super speedway racings because sometimes it helps out to be a little bit more aggressive on them.
Yes, Talladega will be happening before we know it as the season wraps up. Cody, you got any questions for our second place finisher?
What was going through your head there on that last lap as all the chaos kind of erupted behind you, and it was just you and JW Miller as a drag race to the line there?
Oh, I saw the blue truck. I believe it was in the 12. I don't know who that is. Saw them behind me, so I was hoping they'd give me a push. And then once I saw them wrecking behind us, I figured I'd maybe had enough to push, but it just wasn't enough to get me across the line right there. But it was a fun race. I always enjoyed this track. It's something different, and it seems like it always puts on crazy racing.
All right, well, congrats on your podium finish. Great racing out there, and we're excited to see you at Road America next week.
Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Thank y'all.
Take care. All right, and that was Alex Cummings the driver of the 63, who had a fantastic race out there. Definitely seen him in victory lane. But our victor tonight, we talked to him earlier in the race about what was it going to take to win. JW Miller, congratulations on winning the Turkey Trot. How you feeling?
Thank you. Feeling great.
Good. So you definitely seem like you had control of that race. Did you and Drift have a pretty clear plan for you stayed out more often than not compared to a lot of the other drivers?
Yeah, we were gonna both pit at the same time, and we just figured that, with that last caution, that we still weren't gonna be able to make it. So we decided to pit there under green, and we were able to stay on the lead lap pretty nicely because we were working together really well, bumper to bumper. So yeah, that worked out pretty nicely in our favor to bring us back up to the front. And then for that final restart there, I worked with Caden there on the restart, and he pushed me all the way to the last lap. And coming off the backstretch, I knew that the drift was going to be my best bet, and kind of running that middle lane just because of that run that you get off of the top. So yeah, we went up there, and luckily everyone wrecked beneath us and behind us, and we got the win.
Walk me through JW real quick. Has you seen all the chaos and happen right before y'all took the white flag and 2 ppm drivers all of a sudden just go down to the pit road on the wreck, and it leaves Caden all by himself? I bet Drift was licking his chops because I know personally how he is. He's gonna push you to the win and try to get the win for the team. Just walk me through that moment there when you had a realization like this could really happen. We may have a shot to win this, and walk me through that.
Yeah, to be honest, I wasn't really sure what was going on behind me. All I knew was that I was gonna try to get hooked up with Drift, and just ended up working out really well. Unfortunately, that he got caught up in the accident, but he gave me one hell of a push, so it's a win for Aced Racing at least.
Absolutely, and I know team owner Chris Evans will be happy with this one.
Awesome.
Yes, Chris Evans is always known as a super speedway specialist, so it'll be interesting to see that he's maybe passed on some of that winning knowledge, what it takes to win here, considering he's one of the best at it in GLSR. Do you think you can put this truck back in victory lane again next week?
We're sure gonna hope so. Even though we're not in the playoffs, we're still gonna be fighting for them wins. So we'll have to see. A couple of good racetracks coming up here. So we'll have to see how competitive we can be.
All right. Well, JW, anyone you want to shout out before we sign off for this broadcast this evening?
Yeah, shout out to you guys for doing the broadcast tonight. That'll be fun to watch back and everything. And shout out to everybody over at GLSR.
All right. Well, thank you. That was JW Miller, race winner of the Turkey Trot. Longtime racer here at GLSR, and we're glad to have him with. So what a spectacular evening of fun racing. We need to be doing more fun races like this, and maybe in the off season we'll have something special planned for all you guys out there. Again, I'd like to thank Black Horizon again for being the series sponsor, doing so much for this league. Without their assistance, we would not be able to put on a show like this and have the amazing Chris Scala put on this broadcast. Chris, I want to thank you for running things behind the scenes.
When's the race start?
Pretty soon. Here we go. About to grid up. So thank you, Chris. Thank you, Cody. It was so great broadcasting with you, and I had a hell of a lot of fun doing this.
Yeah, thank y'all for having me, man. This was a blast. Would definitely love to see more of this in the future, and other drivers hop up in here because I'm definitely gonna have fun watching this broadcast.
Me too. It definitely will be. Usually I have more of the relaxed, you're listening to just here for the GLSR podcast voice, not my riled up watching a race voice. So, man,
It's
I need
hard
to do
not
that
to
more
get
often.
excited. It's hard not to when you got guys 3 or 4 wide battling for the win. 100th of a second decided to win tonight.
Yeah, what a crazy race. And for all of you watching at home, thank you for tuning in. And we can't wait to see you again here for Road America next week. We return to our regular broadcasting. Don't worry, Chris will be back in the booth running the show. I'll be out there probably crashing, and it's going to be a great old time. Thank you, Travis. Thank you, Blaine. Thank you, Sean. All of you guys who are in the admin team that make things work here at Great Lakes Sim Racing. And I'm going to try and remember the Chris Scala sign off. No, I'm not remembering it. Chris, it's your time to step in.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Scallon.
I was gonna say, well, we're just here for the GLSR. Oh no, that's not it.
Wrong show.
Oh yeah, this isn't just a game. It's iRacing. See ya.